She washed his clothes when he had only 2 shirts. She cooked his meals when he could only afford Gary. She sold her mother's gold to pay for his business registration. She waited while he became rich in the city. Then one day, he brought home a different woman, red lipstick, Brazilian hair designer, bag Legos accent. The woman looked at Ephra's village rapper and laughed. Village rat, she called her. This is the story of 2 women. Fighting for one man, they call it village versus city, but really it's real versus fake. But to understand this war, we must go back 2 years to when quinoa was nothing and Ephra was everything 2 years ago. Kimoe lived in a single room with zinc roof that leaked when it rained, the walls were cracked. His only possessions were 2 faded shirts, 1 trouser with patch on the knee, and dreams bigger than the entire village. Of Umana, I will build houses, he told anyone who would listen, not these mud houses. Rahaz's concrete, glass, and Legos. The village boys laughed. Kamir the dreamer, you cannot even build your own future. But you want to build houses, everyone laughed. Everyone except Ephra. Ephra was the farmer's daughter. With skin like polished mahogany and smile that could make the sun jealous, she wore simple wrappers. No makeup, no Brazilian hair like the city girls on television, just natural beauty and a heart of pure gold. She believed in him every morning at 5. Before going to her father's farm, Eiffel would bring Kwa breakfast, umu and akara wrapped in banana leaves. Each would say, hungry man cannot build empire. Every evening she washed his 2 shirts by the stream, scrubbing until her knuckles bled. She never complained. When Kwamba's business plan was rejected by the bank, when he sat under the mango tree, crying like a child. Ephra sat beside him. Cheneche has not forgotten you, she whispered. Your time is coming. The village women gossiped. That girl is wasting her time. Kwame will never amount to anything. But Efia's love was not built on what Kwame was. It was built on who he could become. Then came the day that changed everything. Kwame needed 200,000 naira to register his construction business in Lagos. 200,000 naira might as well have been 2 million. He had nothing, no collateral, no connections, no hope. That night, Ephraim came to him holding a small cloth bag. Inside was her mother's gold bracelet. The only valuable thing her family owned, the bracelet her grandmother had given her mother. Her mother had given to her the bracelet meant for her own daughter. One day take it, she said simply. Ifong, no, this is your inheritance, your mother's memory. My mother wanted me to be happy. You are my happiness. Your success is my success. Take it. Kwame fell to his knees, tears streaming when I succeed. I swear on my father's grave you will wear the finest wrapper at our wedding. You'll never lack anything, I promise you. She smiled at that sunrise smile. I don't need finest wrapper. I just need you to remember this moment. 2 weeks later, Quagmire left for Lagos. The whole village gathered to see him. Off his mother, Maman Kechi, held Efua's hand. Thank you for believing in my son when no one else did. You are the wife. I prayed for him. Ifua watched the bus disappear down the red earth road, her hand on her heart, her faith unshaken. He promised to return in 6 months for the wedding, but the city had other plans. Lagos swallowed Quemachao. The first year was hell. He slept in a room in Arihela with 5 other men all chasing the same dream. The heat was unbearable. The noise never stopped. The city smelled like sweat, exhaust fumes, and broken promises. But Cuvier was hungry. He worked construction sites during the day, studied building codes at night. He ate 1 meal daily, saved every When he wanted to give up, he would touch his pocket, where he kept Efwa's photo every Sunday. He called it from a call center. Hell is a village? He would ask the village. Is a village? He would laugh. Hell is my construction mogul. Soon he would promise, soon. I will send for you. Then after 14 months of suffering, everything changed. A Lebanese contractor gave him his first contract, then another, then 5 more. Suddenly, Kwame's company was building actual houses. Her money started flowing, not river money yet, but stream money enough. He moved from a Gyunle to a decent apartment He bought new clothes from Balagood Market. He bought a used Toyota Camry that made him feel like a king. But something else changed too. His new friends, the young men making money in Lagos, they looked at his phone wallpaper one day. Hashem's photo simple wrapper, natural hair, village smile. Of upgrade and I Ephra is my woman, Guama said defensively. Machine sacrificed. For me, sacrifice is good. Oh, another friend Bayo added, but I beg, this is Logos. You need Logos babe now. Somebody we go fist follow you to clients' parties. Somebody we subby, speak English proper. You understand? The poison entered slowly. His phone calls to Ifua became shorter. I'm busy. I'll call back. He stopped asking about the wedding date. When she asked, he said, let me stabilize the business first, but it's been over a year. Kmei 4. You're not here. You don't understand the pressure. Just wait. Small the village began to whisper. Kwame has forgotten. Efwa, city life has changed him. Ifwa defended him with tears in her eyes. He's just busy. He will come. But Mama and Kiji knew better. My son's voice has changed, she told Ifwa quietly. I hear shame in it now. Then came the night that sealed Guam's fate. His company was celebrating a big contract at a lounge in Victoria Island. Expensive drinks, loud music, women in tight dresses that cost more than village weddings. That's when Stella walked in. She was magnificent in the way a cobra is magnificent before it strikes caramel skin polished to perfection. Brazilian hair flowing down her back like waterfall red dress hugging curves that defied physics, makeup done by professional pufflets, a woman who knew her worth in Nira. And Dala, she was with a group of corporate friends laughing that sophisticated Lagos laugh. That sounds like money. Excuse me, she said, approaching Kua Met directly. You're a Kua Met or a Concord, right? The construction guy everyone's talking about. Koweme's heart hammered. A woman like this knew his name. Yes, that's me, Stella. She extended her perfectly manicured hand. I work at Sterling Banks. We've been reviewing your company profile. Very impressive rise, darling. Very impressive. The way she said darling made Guam's village origins feel like a disease. They talked for hours. She asked about his business. With intelligence that impressed him, she laughed at his jokes. She touched his arm when making points. She smelled like expensive perfume and ambition. Or when she asked about his background, Kwame lied for the first time. I'm from a Nagu family. It was comfortable, went to university there. He erased the village, erased the poverty, erased the zinc roof room, erased Afua. We should get dinner sometime, Stella said. Her smile calculated precision. I love a self-made man. So inspiring. The way she said self-made had an edge. Or like she suspected the truth but would tolerate the lie if the money was good. Their first date was at Ocean Basket and like Kuama nearly fainted when he saw the bill 75,000 naira for seafood. Stella ordered wine like she was buying sachet water. Are different from Lagos guys, she purred. They're all talk, but you actually did something. More dates followed. Expensive restaurants, movie premieres, nightclubs where bottles cost more than monthly village income. Stella's Instagram followers started noticing, "What's this fine contractor, bae? We see you, sis." Meanwhile, back in the village, Ifwa woke up feeling strange, nausea, dizziness. Her body felt different. The village herbalist examined her with knowing eyes. Nay, you are carrying life 4 months. Ifia's hand flew to her belly. 4 months, but Kwame's last visit home was 6 months ago. That quick weekend when he seemed distracted, when they joy-flooded her, a baby there, baby, this would bring him home. This would remind him of his promises. She tried calling that evening. Kwame's phone rang and rang. He was in his apartment with Stella, her legs across his lap, her hand on his chest. Who's that calling you so much? Stella asked, irritation creeping into her voice. Nobody important, Kwame said, declining the call, but Stella had noticed the name flashing. Ifua Mahat, who is Ifua? Her voice went cold, and an old friend from home. When are you making us official Kwame, or are you ashamed of me? Ashamed? No. I just choose me and lose me. But know this. Darling Stella stood up, towering over him in her heels. I don't do villages, and I don't share. I'm a Lagos woman. We don't wait, and we don't play second. So decide what you want, decide who you are now. The ultimatum hung in the air like a noose. Afua stared at her phone for 3 days. Kwame hadn't returned her calls. Something was desperately wrong, the village herbalist towards echoed. You are carrying life, their child, their future. She touched her still flat belly. With mixture of joy and fear, Mama and Kechi found her crying by the stream. He won't answer my calls, Mama. The older woman's face was stone. Then you must go to him. A woman doesn't announce pregnancy over phone. You must look in his eyes. EFWA had never been to Lagos. The city terrified her with its stories of crime, madness, and people who forgot their home. But her baby needed a father. She needed answers. She borrowed money for transport, wore her best wrapper, the blue one with gold threading. No makeup, just palm kernel oil on her skin like village girls do. She braided her natural hair herself. The journey took 8 hours. Lagos assaulted her senses immediately. The noise, the traffic, the way people rushed like they were running from death, buildings so tall they seemed to mock the sky. She found Kume's office address from an old text message. Her hands trembled as she entered the glass building in Keja. I'm looking for Kueme Okankre, she told the receptionist. The girl looked at Ephraim's wrapper with barely concealed contempt. Is he expecting you? I'm his fiancé, the receptionist's eyebrow rose. Please wait here. 30 minutes later, the receptionist said, "He's at his apartment. Here's the address. He said you can meet him there." The apartment complex in Like shocked Afua swimming pool security guards. Her cuvée lived here now. She climbed to the 3rd floor, heart pounding. She knocked, the door opened. Stand in there in a silk robe that cost more than Ithwa's entire wardrobe was the most glamorous woman Ithwa had ever seen. Brazilian hair, perfectly styled makeup like magazine cover, long nails painted blood red. Yes. The woman looked everywhere, up and down, like examining spoiled meat. I'm looking for Kwame Okongo. This is his apartment. Who are you? The housemaid, before Efua could answer, Kwame appeared behind the woman's shirtless face, draining of all color. Efua. The woman spun to face Kwame. This is the village girlfriend. Village girlfriend. The words were acid. Ephraim found her voice, village dignity rising like her grandmother's spirit. I am Ephraim, the woman who believed in him when he had nothing. A woman who sold her mother's gold so he could have this life. She gestured at the expensive apartment. A woman who was still waiting for the wedding he promised Estella laughed. Actually laughed. The sound was cruel and sharp. Sweetie, look at yourself then, look at me. This is Lagos, not the village. We don't do rappers and natural hair here. We do Gucci and glamour. Who do you think wins? Stella, please Cuomo. No, let me finish. Estella moved closer to Efwa, her perfume overwhelming village rats. This is real life. Kwame is a big man now. He needs a woman who can match his status. Someone who speaks proper English, who knows which fork to use, or can attend high society events without embarrassing him. What can you offer him? Gary and Groundnut Efwa's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't break. I can offer him loyalty, gratitude, real love, things your designer bag cannot hold. At that exact moment, Kwame's phone rang. Mama cowing his mother's voice was cold. Kwame people are talking. They say you have Logos woman. They say you've abandoned Ifwa. Tell me this is lie. Kwame looked between the two women, trapped like rat in corner. That's when Stella played her final card. Kwame, tell them both about our baby. The world stopped. Effo's hand instinctively went to her own belly. 4 months pregnant with his child, real child. Not lies, you're pregnant, Kwame whispered to Stella. Yes, darling, 3 months. I was going to surprise you, but she glanced at Daphne with theatrical sympathy. Well, now everyone knows. Mama and Kiji's voice through the phone. Kwaname, what is this woman saying? Kwaname stood there, weak, spineless, drowning in shame and lies. He looked at Afoa's face, saw the pain, saw the dignity, saw everything he was throwing away, but he was more afraid of Stella's mockery than of Ephraim's tears. Mama, things have changed. I'm sorry. Ephraim understood before he finished speaking. She understood everything. The city had won. Shame had won. The fake woman had won. But Efwa was village woman. Village women don't beg. They don't collapse. They carry their pain with grace. I came to tell you something, she said quietly. I came to tell you that you're going to be a father, a real father, not fake pregnancy, for trapping man, a real baby growing in my belly for 4 months now. Your baby, the baby we made the last time you came home. When you still remembered my name. Kwame's face went white, but I see you've already chosen your life, so let me make this easy for you. Ifwa straightened her wrapper with dignity that would make her ancestors proud. I will raise this child alone with the same strength I supported you. You don't have to choose Nikwamem, I unchoose you. She turned to leave Efwa. Wait, no. She didn't look back. You made your choice the moment you didn't defend me when she called me village rat and you said nothing. That silence told me everything. She walked out, tears finally falling. Quagmire's friend, Chitty, who had been standing in the hallway and heard everything. Trick his head guy, you just made the biggest mistake of your life. That woman is gold and you traded her for glitter. The wedding was everything Stella wanted and nothing Kwame needed. Expensive venue in Lekki, 200 guests who barely knew them. Stella's Instagram followers documenting everything. Her dress cost 3 million naira more than Kwame's first 3 contracts combined. But even on their wedding day, Kwame felt hollow. He kept seeing Efwa's face, her hand on his belly, her dignity as she walked away. Smile, darling, Stella hissed through her perfect teeth. This is costing you a fortune. Look happy. The marriage soured before the honeymoon ended. Stella's true nature emerged like snakes shedding skin. She wanted a new car, Range Rover, nothing less. She wanted shopping trips to Dubai monthly. She wanted different designer bags for different occasions. She wanted. I didn't marry you to live like common person, she would say. I have image. To maintain my followers, expect certain lifestyle. Kwame's business began suffering. Stella's spending was hemorrhaging money faster than contracts could bring it in. He started cutting corners, losing clients. His reputation cracking worths. Stella was never home, always at business meetings or networking events with her equally materialistic friends. She came home smelling like expensive cologne that wasn't his. 3 months into the marriage, a man appeared at Guam's office. Are you Guamia Conqueror Stella's husband? Yes. Who are you Tunde Adair Yeremi? I need to warn you about your wife. Sunday told a story that made Guam's blood freeze. Stella had done this before, targeted rising businessmen, claimed pregnancy to trap him, bled him dry financially, then moved to richer target. The pregnancy was always fake. She had patent. She did it to me 2 years ago, Tunda said, bitterly fake pregnancy test she bought online. After I bought her Range Rover and cleared her credit card debt, she miscarried, then left me for an oil company executive. Now I hear she's done saying to you. Quema's mind raced to Stella's pregnancy. She'd been pregnant for 5 months now, but still had flat stomachs. She never let him attend doctor appointments, always had excuses. That evening, he confronted her. Show me the pregnancy test. The doctor's reports, everything. Stella's face went cold. You don't trust me? Show me or this marriage is over. She stared at him for a long moment. Then she laughed at Crow. Fine, you want truth? There is no baby. There was never baby. I used fake test from China. Cost me 5,000 naira on Jumia. The floor disappeared beneath Guam's feet. The plan was to miscarry after getting deeper into your account. But honestly, Stella examined her nails. I found someone better. Shivobina. He owns oil wells, darling. Real money, not this small contractor money. Or you lied about everything. I lied. You lied first, village boy, pretending to be a Nugu big boy. I knew from day one, sweetie, I investigated you, found out about your zinc roof origins, your village girlfriend. All of it, but your money looked good enough. So I tolerated the lie, she shrugged. Now I found upgrade, like you upgraded from that village, rat. Her name is Ifwa Kwame, said quietly. I don't care what her name is. Sign the divorce papers. My lawyer will send them. OX, and I want 2 million naira settlement or I will ruin your reputation with all my Instagram followers. Tell them you're abusive, fraudulent, whatever works. Your choice. She moved out that night taking half his belongings. 2 weeks later, she posted photos with Chief Obina Yacht Dubai Shampunk. Her followers celebrated. Sis upgraded. We love to see it. Guami sat in his expensive apartment alone, broken. His phone buzzed email from his largest client. We're terminating your contract. We heard disturbing rumors about your business practices and personal life. We cannot risk our reputation. Then another termination and another Stella's threat was real. She had poisoned his reputation. Across Lagos business circles. Meanwhile, 300 kilometers away in Munag village, a different story was unfolding. IFWA had given birth mama, and Keiichi was there holding her hand through the pain. The village women surrounded her with prayers and encouragement. No hospital with machines and bright lights. Just the traditional birth house, the midwife, and the community that had carried her through pregnancy. The baby came at dawn, screaming with healthy lungs. A boy. When moment she saw the baby's face, she wept. He looks exactly like my son. Exactly like Coupier. When he was born, same eyes, same nose, no denying this child. Eufola named him Okafor after Couperay's late father, the ultimate. Despite everything, she honored Kwame's lineage. The village supported her. They helped her start small tailoring business. She made clothes, sold them at market, survived with dignity. She didn't prosper like Logos people prosper, but she didn't starve. She had community. She had purpose. She had her son, Mama, and Kechi sent Kwame a photo. No words, just the photo of baby Okafru, 3 days old, looking exactly like his father. The message, your son was born today. His mother is raising him with a dignity you forgot. Kwame stared at the photo for hours. His son, his real son, with the real woman. The woman he'd thrown away for a counterfeit, he called his mother. Mama, I have destroyed everything. Yes, she said simply. You chose glitter over gold. Now you have neither. Stella is gone with a richer man. Your business is collapsing. Your reputation is dust, and the only real thing you ever had is in the village. Raising your son without you, what do? Long silence then. You come home, you face what you've done, you beg forgiveness from the woman you don't deserve. And maybe she forgives you, maybe she doesn't, but you stop running from shame and start living with it. Kwame bought bus ticket the next morning. The journey back to Amuna felt like traveling through his own grave. The village remembered Kwame's face, but not his heart, when he stepped off the bus. Carrying one small bag, all that remained of his Lagos life, the village elders stared with cold eyes. The women whispered. The children pointed at the big man who abandoned our FOA. He walked through red earth paths he'd once run on barefoot past the mango tree. Or he'd dreamed of escape toward the house where his mother waited. Mama and KG stood in the doorway, arms folded, no embrace, no welcome. So you finally remembered where you come from, Mama. I'm sorry. Save your sorry. It's not me you destroyed. She pointed toward Ephraim's father's compound. She's there with your son, the son you've never held. The son who's 3 months old and doesn't know his father's face. Guam's legs felt like water as he walked to Ephraim's compound. She was outside hanging clothes on the line. Baby Okafor was strapped to her back. Sleeping peacefully, she wore simple wrapper, her natural hair braided. She looked exactly as she'd always looked, beautiful, real, dignified. But when she saw Chrome, her body stiffened. She continued hanging clothes. The Legos big man has come. Should I bow, please? Let me see him. Let me see her son. She slowly untied the wrapper, brought the baby around front. Kwama's breath caught the baby was in perfect replica. His father's eyes staring up at him with innocent wonder. His name is Okafor. Ephraim said quietly after your father, because despite how you treated me, I still honor where you come from. Because I am not you. The words cut deeper than any knife. Ifawa, I was a fool. She finally looked at him. And he saw no anger there, just exhausted wisdom. Fools make mistakes. You made choices. You chose shame over love. You chose status over sacrifice. You chose the woman with Brazilian hair over the woman who sold her mother's gold. I know everything. Stella lied about the pregnancy. She used me. She left me for a richer man. My business collapsed. I lost everything. So you came back because you lost her, because the Legos rejected you. Ephraim's voice was steel wrapped in sadness. Not because you realized my value, but because your other option failed. The truth of her words made Kwame fall to his knees. I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know that, but I'm begging you, not for me. For him, he gestured to baby Okafor. He deserves his father. Please, Afua was quiet for a long time, swaying gently with the baby. The village watched from windows, from doorways. This was a moment they'd been waiting for. Kwanbe, I forgave you the day you left me standing in that Lagos apartment. I forgave you not for you, but for my own peace. Because carrying hatred is like carrying poison. It kills you, not the person who hurt you. Hope sparked in Guam's chest, but forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean trusting again. It doesn't mean going back. She held the baby closer. The man I love died the day you chose silence when she called me village rat. That man would have defended me. That man remembered gratitude. You are not that man anymore. I can change. I can be that man again. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But I will not be the testing ground for your redemption. She finally met his eyes fully. Priest, you can know your son. You can be his father. You can visit, you can provide, you can love him, but don't expect me to forget. You showed me about who you really are when tested. Mama and Kichi appeared, having heard everything. She stood beside Ifoa, hurt hand on the younger woman's shoulder. My son, she said, voice heavy with disappointment and wisdom. You had gold and traded it for glitter. Ifoa was the treasure. Stella was the trout. The city didn't change you, she continued. It revealed who you always were when tested, when things got difficult. When you felt shame, you chose the easy lie over the hard truth. You chose the fake woman who flattered your ego over the real woman who built your foundation. She shook her head slowly. Village girl or city girl was never the question. Real woman or fake woman. That was the choice, and you chose wrong. Kwame stayed in the village, not in his mother's house. He didn't deserve that comfort. He rented small room, the kind he'd once escaped from. He started over small construction jobs, village projects, rebuilding his name brick by brick. Every day he visited his son, if Wa allowed it, with conditions he could hold Orca for play with him, provide for him. But he had to earn back trust, respect, dignity, no shortcuts, no Legos tricks. As for Stella, karma found her swiftly. Chief Abena discovered she was stealing from his accounts. She had run up his credit cards, forged his signature on documents, planned to empty his accounts and flee. He had her arrested. Her Instagram empire crumbled. Her followers turned on her. We knew she was fake. The glamorous photos revealed as borrowed clothes, rented locations, filtered lies. She ended up broke, alone, and infamous. The cautionary tale of Lagos greed, and so the people learned. Success without gratitude is poverty, inexpensive clothes. Cuomo had money, but lost what money couldn't buy. Real love, real loyalty, real respect. Ephraim had nothing but dignity. And dignity feeds you when money runs out. The village versus city battle was never about location. It was about values. Stella wore designer labels, but had an empty heart. Ethran wore simple wrapper, but had a soul of gold. The ancestors teach us, the woman who sells her mother's gold for your dreams deserves your mother's gold and her dowry. The woman who mocks where you came from will mock who you become. Kwame learned real love doesn't need Brazilian hair and red lipstick. Real love wears village wrapper and believes in you when no one else does. In village or city, the question is not where she's from. The question is, was she there when you were nothing? If yes, she deserves everything. Remember, gratitude is not just saying thank you. Gratitude is honoring sacrifice, and a man who forgets sacrifice loses everything.